G'day, my name is Bronwyn Reid. I've been living in the Charlton electorate for 30 years. I've seen a lot of changes in the Lake Macquarie region, but some things never change. Our potholed roads never get fixed, and we never get the federal funding that we deserve as a growing region. And why? Because no matter who you vote for, you always get a politician. And politicians make big promises and break them. Politicians are interested in themselves rather than serving the community. Politicians do what their caucus says rather than doing what their community wants. And I was thinking to myself, someone should do something. And then I realised I'm a someone. I could do something. Now I know that it's David versus Goliath because they have tens of millions of dollars of funding and I don't. So I thought, who could I team up with who I believe in? Who's not a career politician, who's not going to lie to me, who cares about the community. And along came someone who's larger than life, someone who's a successful businessman, and somebody who said that he wants to set up a party not based on factions and bitter infighting, not based on career politicians and vested interest groups and spin doctors, someone who's not a lawyer, someone who's not a union boss, someone who's a real fair income Australian. And when I looked at his policies, Professor Clive Palmer, I found a thoughtful man who cared about the needs of Aboriginal children and why we have the highest mortality rate for Aboriginal children in the world. Someone who cared about treating asylum seekers with decency and humanity. Somebody who cared about reinvesting in local communities. We in this region are resource rich, but we're federal funding poor. And why? Because Labor knows that for decades we vote for them like mindless sheep, we just go bah. And what happens to us? We're slaughtered. And the Liberals know we're a lost cause. Why bother? So you see what happens no matter who wins the election, Charlton loses. So I ask you, please consider. Don't throw your vote away. Make sure you protest against what Labor and Liberal have done in neglecting our community for decades. We are not going to keep on getting the same results if we don't make changes. So, a vote for change, change your vote. If you want something different, if you want our roads fixed, vote for me. I'll stand up for the funding we need. If you want our hospitals to get decent funding, vote for me. If you want to have good education for your children and job opportunities, what do? Vote for me. Not because I am a career politician, but because I am you. I'm your voice, I will listen to you, and Palmer United Party asks us to vote with a conscience. We don't have caucuses. If you look at the people who are candidates in Clive's party, they're decent, hard-working Australians, and they want to make a difference. Clive doesn't need to do this for money, and he doesn't need to do it for power. He's doing what he's doing because he cares about Australia and he wants to make a difference. And I hope that you will consider when the time comes to put that pen on that ballot box that you vote one for you. A vote for you is a vote for me. Okay? Do not vote for politicians, you only encourage them. Okay? You must stop voting for people whose self-interest is their party and their own career path. So thank you. Thank you for making a considered decision that this time, try what happens when you don't vote for the major parties. Make a vote for Charlton. Bronwyn Reid, 30 years a local. Labor guy, 3 months. You work out who cares about our community. Okay? And the Liberal guy's not even 30 years old, so vote for someone who's been 30 years in this community and who cares about you and about the needs of our electorate. Thank you.
Authorised by Clive Palmer for the Palmer United Party, Brisbane.